This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Porto Chicken. Fresh, not frozen. Grilled, not fried. Crown and Andrews Board Games. Fun for the whole family. And Scoot Airlines. Get out of here with Scoot.
Hello Australia, welcome to episode 589 of The Couch. Thanks for your company. We have got a big show today. The bitches are back for another bitchin' segment. We've got Ted, Nat, Di and Chris. They're all here to talk to you very soon, or talk to us. Also today, we have got a fantastic young performance by Mitchell Martin, who we didn't get time to last week, but we're going to see him today and we'll talk to him as well. Ready or Not's a young band that's opening the show very, very soon. We're talking Muscular Dystrophy, celebrating 50 years this year, and we're actually going to be talking to the CEO of that organisation. Scoots, pick up the phone is back. We've got a home contestant that's going to win 2 tickets to Singapore if they pick up the phone. And we've got cooking as well by Armanda Daluz. So stick around, it's a big couch. Time to start 589 now.
It's showtime on the couch. It's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can see it from your house. It's showtime on the couch with Fred and the best in town. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch.
Oh, they're already starting to talk, but you can't stop them talking. Opening the show today are young people who are very well respected in the studio. They don't even talk. See how quiet they are? They're opening the show. They're called Ready or Not, and they're saying good night. Here they are.
I got my t-shirt and sneakers on. No one to mess around with fade. It feels so wrong. I'm gonna live it up tonight, forgetting those who dim my light. Let's go back to rock and roll, and people just let go and let the music flow. I'm just looking for a good night. I'm not looking for the right time. No, what I really wanna say to you right now. Shut your mouth and let the music speak out loud. I'm just looking for a good night. I think you get the picture now. Yeah, I think you know what I'm all about. I got no time for fools who think they're playing cool. My ears have tuned you out. Let's go back to rock and roll, when people just let go and let the music flow. I'm just looking for a good night. I'm not looking for the right time. No, what I really wanna say to you right now. Shut your mouth and let the music speak out loud. I'm just looking for a good night. I'm not looking for the right time. No, what I really wanna do is shut you up. 'Cause all you do is talk and talk, and that's enough.
Ready or not, thank you very much for that performance. Bitchin' time. We have got her back after such a long break. We have to say happy birthday. Did you have a great holiday in Bali? And welcome back. Natalie Foster.
I'm shattered. And I know you should come back from Bali.
What are you talking about the length of time you were away? I thought you'd moved to Bali.
Well, I was only away 10 days. I had 7 nights in Seminyak, and then we went over to Nusa Lembongan, which is just amazing. And in the time that I was away, we worked it out. We did the numbers.
Yeah.
3 cartons of bintang is what I went through.
On your own?
No, I had help.
Oh, okay.
But you know how you stop, because when we were in Lembongan, we actually hired scooters, and everywhere you stop, you have a bintang.
Where's the tattoo around your arm that if you're drinking that much binny, and were you wearing a binny singlet?
Yes,
and
like
were you
I've
walking,
got.
Well, can
and
I
were you
say,
walking down the
welcome
streets
back.
of Kota,
Thank you, and
sucking on a binny?
No,
Were you
I've got-
barefoot?
Can I welcome back to Ted Bull as
I
well?
love
Ted,
Ted.
welcome back.
It's great to see Natty.
It is nice to see you both, the team back. Di, hello Di, welcome back. Di Wilcox.
Thank you so much for
Thank you
having
very
me.
much. And Chris Silsley, thank you for coming in
I'm
as well.
sitting here on the end.
Let's
As you can
get-
see, you've widened the couch. to
We
fit me
have
in, which is
4
good to see.
people.
the colours.
Looks good, doesn't it? You haven't seen it before, have you? You haven't been on the new couch or the welcome back. What's your first story, Nat?
Well, you know, there's all these fads about what you diets and stuff to lose weight. I mean, you've given up your chocolate, which is ridiculous. But some people
Not
don't
long
eat
ago?
at all. All right.
Cruel.
That's harsh. But it's called Breatharian. If you're a Breatharian, you actually live off the universe's energy.
Oh,
Right?
really?
Yeah, apparently. So there's this couple, no, seriously, though,
They
this
eat
couple
nothing.
in California, of
Moments
course,
like this,
it's
you
either got to
buy
be
shares in
California
the
or
funeral
Queensland.
company.
But since 2008, they met, and through a friend, they found out about being a breatharian, and all they've done is lived off the
air.
universe's energy.
Wow.
So you've got to be in line with the universe.
Are they
and
for
get the
real?
Energy. They are for real, and they've got 2 kids. Now, during the first pregnancy, she had vegetable broth, and occasionally, like once every couple of weeks, she'd have a piece of fruit. And the child, the little baby boy, was actually. They found out that he was growing at a normal rate.
Yeah.
And then the second pregnancy, she ate nothing at all.
Clearly
They
sneaking
popped
food
out.
from under the bed or something.
Well, I could just see her.
See the Tim Tams.
Yeah.
Tim Tams under the bed.
We know what she's
box
like,
of
but
cheesels.
now the kids, because I was concerned about the kids, because you can't stop kids and stuff. No, the
I
kids
agree.
can have whatever they want.
Yeah.
She said, they had takeaway, they had with us. But imagine if you didn't have to buy food, how much money you would save.
I know, but what about the hospital
Well,
bills and all
Well,
that?
no, they've been
vitamins.
9 years. For 9 years,
years.
they've done nothing but suck the
And you
universe.
reckon this
I
story
don't
is
believe
legit?
that.
I
It's
can
a legit
actually
story.
give you a demonstration of this. Here, can I
Does
show
it
you?
involve taking your pants off?
Oh,
Because we've
enough.
seen that.
Well, that
seen
was
that.
that was my
Geez, that's
second
my cue to leave.
demonstration. But
Talking about
Something
snacks.
that can't be unseen.
I want you to tell me what
Yeah.
I'm doing. Okay, if I'm going like this,
You're sucking energy.
I'm sucking energy and I'm having a full meal. But if I go, that's called a breath reduction.
I thought it was something else.
So what do you reckon about this, Ted? Could you survive, or have you already told us you can't?
I've been having a lot of hot air for a
What do you
long
make
time.
of it? Why? How long could these people be sustainable?
No, they're
This is
sneaking.
They're
2008.
sneaking food. They're
Well,
lying.
you know,
Nah, they're
who-
sneaking it in.
Who are we to... I mean, I'm a beer-arian. After the bintang sessions I had, I'm a beer-arian and you're a chocolatarian.
Oh, chocolatarian, for sure.
But look,
Yeah.
but I just don't
I don't
know
think it's for
medically.
everybody, is it? How could it be medically?
Yeah.
For everybody.
I feel for the kids, though.
Coles
Imagine
would go
explaining
bankrupt.
that to
Well, yeah, sorry, you can't come over for tea because we're just
them.
having
We don't.
air
we have
tonight.
air
And how would Coles sell plain wrapped or Coles branded air?
And is the generic as good as the Kellogg's?
Don't worry, somebody would work it out. Plain
So what-
brand
what-
air, that's like from the industrial centre.
But you can get air
Yeah, you
now.
can. In
You can buy it in a
bottles,
can.
yeah.
Well,
yeah, if you're stupid enough to buy it in a
Clip-
bottle.
Oh, well,
Air in a
that's us
bottle,
done.
unless you get. Listen,
I bought it.
Did you really?
Cliff Reeves sells air.
I know. Yeah,
Is it hot?
No, it's daylight.
Okay,
Right,
fair
as
enough.
opposed to nighttime. It's genuine West Australian
true, but
daylight.
Oh, I thought it was hot air.
No, it's
Hot air.
called air tonic.
Air tonic, is
okay,
it?
that's
Do you
another-
have
Have you tried it?
Air tonic.
Yeah, you have it, air tonic and
I think
I just crack these one-liners
discussion
and
is
no one...
airtight.
Look, these-
Is there anything more to be
John
said?
Burgess would be so proud of my 2 lines today. He really would be.
Well,
He'd be writing down, Ted, love your lines, Jock's Journal,
Yeah, but we're all under 60, so
1957.
we don't get it.
Can I ask, is there anything more to be said about this topic?
Nah.
No.
Good, let's move on. Ted?
Oh, this business about tightening up being an Australian. I always... Well,
This is
tightening
because
up,
the government's introduced new legislation, haven't they?
Yeah,
Last
I'm
week.
glad I said that. But, you know, I like being an Australian is something that I really value.
Yeah.
And for a start, you know, for years I thought dual citizenship was a great thing we did. Now I don't believe in it. I don't believe we Australians should be eligible. We should be an Australian, or not an Australian.
Yeah.
I'm not jingoistic. I'm not crazy and all that. Well, I might be.
Yeah.
But I.
Well, except you're not jingoistic, can we take the crazy bit under advisement?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're saying
but,
people
you know,
should
they-
have Australian first.
Well, yeah, and I think they should learn the words to this song. Oh, Don Bradman, do you think that he is really good?
What happens if
So
you
we're not
don't
gonna
like cricket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be
good point,
taking a lot of
yeah.
I
migrants.
mean, there are people who
How
think...
un-Australian?
Well, there are people
So-
well, we pinched it from the
Can
ponds,
we,
don't forget.
talking
It
about
was
the,
imported.
folks, talking about the legislation that's come through,
Oh.
it's because people are talking about Australia not having a culture. So the Minister
What a
for
load of-
Immigration, I agree.
You know, I
The
mean,
Minister-
our
listen.
culture is wonderful.
I've driven a Tory. I've listened to Farnsey and Barnsey on a cassette
but you're
player.
Australian. I think this is more targeted at new migrants that
Yes,
come to
I-
Australia.
Hang on, I'm English originally. I'm
So do you
Australian
think
now.
did you take on the Australian culture when you
Yes, of course I did. I started
You
wearing
know, you're more Australian than I am.
She might.
A thong or thongs?
Well, I got both on. I got the thong.
So do you
underneath.
think it's good
All
that
you're
we're
gonna
tightening the
All you're going to do is
legislation?
go to Cooter for an hour and you'll see
Yeah.
what
Well,
Australians are really like.
Trust me, I've seen them 38 times, 38 years.
Thanks, mate.
Di, can I take your opinion? Do you think
Yeah.
it's good that we're tightening up on this legislation?
Do you know what? I think it's really important that if you come
Yeah.
to a new country, you try your best to fit in with the culture. I'm
Yeah,
not saying you
of
have to
course
give everything up, all your beliefs up or anything, but if I
And that
lived
does when
in-
she goes to Bali.
That's
That's
right.
right.
But
Well,
is
I
this
lived in Dubai for a
because-
couple of years.
Yep.
You wouldn't think twice about breaking their laws,
Is it
their
because
rules.
most people are saying that a lot of the migrants that come to Australia now don't integrate? Do you agree that
Yes,
there's
they have their
an
own little
element of
pockets of
that?
people.
That's a
Some of them
problem.
don't even learn the language. And you know, if I'm
We
going
need
to
to
live in
assimilate.
France,
Yes.
I would learn the language.
Yeah.
Absolutely, of course
You
would.
need to have
Yep.
the basic knowledge.
My parents were here for 50 years. I mean, they've passed away now,
Yeah.
but they never spoke much English. But there was no encouragement when they came in 72. There wasn't the free lessons. There wasn't the government assistance back then. I'm not blaming the government of Australia, but I'm saying now there is. There's a lot of...
loads
See,
of yeah,
I think
community
it should
groups.
actually be a regulation. Because one thing, forgetting everything else, put everything else aside, if you can't speak English, you are not going to be gainfully employed in this country.
Or live a great life.
So
in
if you
Australia.
have somebody now, and when your parents came, and even before that, a lot of them, the migrants, they went to work in places, they went to work for state
roads,
railways,
yeah.
they went to work for roads departments and stuff like that.
Councils.
And they could get by. These days, if you can't speak English, you're not going to get
You're
a
gonna-
job.
you're gonna be
So
hard done
if
by.
you don't learn the language, what do you have? You
And if
have
you've got
welfare
kids as well.
dependency.
Well, the
Chris, have you
kids,
got
they
kids?
depend on their children
Correct.
to, and you probably did that for your parents.
Yeah.
I
They
was the
depend on
translator, I
children to
was the lawyer,
translate.
I was the doctor.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
thinking these days you don't have that.
But
It's a
my
different world.
parents were Australian, and they, well, I have to say, I learned to talk from them. That's why I speak like this. Is how we Australians do
That sounds more like Brokeback Mountain.
That- a lot of people, a lot of...
That's a great Heath Ledger.
Well,
You are
was
back in
Australian.
form. Can I ask you guys,
Yeah,
the
what do you wanna ask
the
us?
new legislation that's coming in, a lot of people, some people have described it as being a little bit harsh. They reckon it's university graduate type questions. Has anyone read the article to see?
Has anyone seen university graduates?
Yeah,
I'd say
I
that
I mean,
makes it
really,
real
what
simple.
an amazing statement.
Do you think it's a terrible thing to make the test a little bit harder, a little bit above the bar?
But if you know how hard the test is and you want to be an Australian, you'll put in the work.
You would put in
Yes.
the
You
work.
know, cooey
Hang
blue,
on.
you
I
bloody
agree.
well would.
Are we concentrating too much on this test, right?
Yeah.
What
Oh.
it is when they are actually here and they become Australian citizens, there should be follow-ups after that.
Correct.
Because otherwise, as soon as they get that piece of paper and I'm an Australian and I'm eating Vegemite, and they go
I
off.
actually think there should be compulsory English lessons, and I'm not
Yeah, so do
forcing
I.
people.
Have you
I
ever
think it
been-
should be integrated.
Have you
agree
ever
with
been
that.
to an Australian ceremony?
I have.
The
I
people
have.
and the people who become, they're so proud. They're
Yes,
so
they
red.
love being
I did that.
Australian.
Did you
Yeah,
really?
I was from Zimbabwe, so
Oh.
and my dad, he couldn't
Yeah,
wait.
yeah,
to,
yeah.
And as soon as we got
think we
here,
all-
he said, "You embrace the country who's taken us in,"
Absolutely.
and he's so proud to be Australian. And
Yeah.
we were
Well,
young
I,
children.
Who
we
does
were
he
taught-
barrack for in the cricket, though?
No, Australia.
Great.
Well,
He's
isn't
a
it
funny
funny?
guy. He can stay.
I know we need to move on to the next topic. And Di, what is your next topic? You're
Well,
talking about
I wanted
teachers.
I wanted to discuss there's been a lot in the news lately about our teachers are graduating. They're going into the workplace as teachers, but there has been quite a high percentage of teachers leaving before they've even hit
And
the
it's got
5-year
nothing to
mark.
do with the money either, has it?
No, you know, what I'm seeing, and I taught for a very long time in the classroom, and I loved it, and I'm still within classrooms now, but you see, teachers are not prepared. They're expected to be social workers, nurses,
Oh,
parents.
yeah.
But they're not trained to be able to cope with that anymore. And so when they get into these classrooms, it's such a big shock. And parents have very little respect for them as well. And they're leaving. Having said that, I must point out that there are some extremely passionate and good teachers out there. We need to be rewarding those teachers because they're putting in the hard yards to help our kids. But something needs to be done with our training of teachers to prepare them.
Yeah.
But what? I mean, I have to declare an interest here because, as you know, Julie, who was taught
Your
at
beautiful
St
wife.
Hilda's for 23 years, and her colleagues, who a lot of them are my friends as well, they are dedicated, they are focused, and not just in private schools, and that was a private school she taught at, but in state schools as well. They've been absolutely wonderful people focused on their students and trying to get the best out of them. But, you know, what is the reason? Is it too easy to become a teacher?
I was just about to say that,
yeah.
Ted.
I've got
I've got
another theory on that. All this other stuff. Teachers are now expected to make up for the deficiencies of parents.
Absolutely.
Conversely, the parents don't appreciate that. Now, I think it was in Queensland a couple of years ago, the teachers' unions were threatening to go on strike because kids in pre-primary, significant numbers of them, weren't toilet trained. So what are we talking about? 5-year-olds?
Yeah.
Well, hello. What 5-year-old kid isn't toilet trained?
Exactly.
Well, there are some.
I mean, you know
what do
that
you think,
I'm a teacher. I graduated Bachelor of Education from Edith Cowan. And I went out there and there is no respect. There's very little respect. When I was going through school and stuff, it's like the police. I'd have respect for the police.
Yes,
which is why, you know, if I'm driving
Whether
along...
you agree with them or not,
my
you
little
do
sphincter
respect.
muscle, if I see them behind me, it's go...
Correct.
And I'm the same with teachers. Or you don't get that respect. So when I graduated and I started teaching, it was then that I realised, actually, I don't like children. So that's why I left. No, I love children. I can't eat a whole one, but I love them. But yeah, I got out
Wash it
before
down with a binny.
Yeah, with a binny. Well, talking about not
It's
being toilet
interesting,
trained.
isn't it? Teachers, I take on what Ted said as well. I think it does seem to be a lot easier to become a teacher. And teachers of the past seem to be a little bit more refined.
Yeah, but they didn't have to worry. Teachers of the
And
past
parents
taught
treated
you
them
how...
with respect.
Yes.
Yeah.
But hang on, I agree with you, the respect. I don't agree that it's easier to get into now because when I did it was 3 years and I think it's
Now
gone
it's
up to
4.
4 years.
4 years, yeah.
So I don't think it's easier.
But just because you make somebody hang around a university for 4 years doesn't mean they're actually getting better training.
No.
It used to
Which
be
is
2
true.
originally.
Fair enough.
But I'll tell you, I went to Meekatharra, Mount Magnet and Kew, up to, into the Murchison, and I made a comment on Channel 9 recently, and I got a number of comments on my Facebook page. I made the comment that I was shocked to see FIFO workers are paid very well, and I'm not saying that they don't deserve that, but they're also their accommodations paid for, their food's paid for, the teachers there pay for everything themselves, including their rent. And all I was saying was perhaps if we looked after our teachers a little bit better, we might be able to retain
do you
Well,
Chris,
I recently did a trip
I need
with...
to move on, sorry. We might come back to that. We've got time.
Sorry,
Chris,
so you won't
your
come back.
topic.
No, he won't come back. We know what he's
gonna
like.
come back to
I've
We
been
might
told
as well
we've got
crack
2
a binny
minutes.
and be done with it.
15 minutes has gone very quick.
No, no, it's gone very fast. It was always going to go fast with us.
I love you, Natty.
The National Gun Amnesty, there's a Mark II, of course, the original one was in 1996. So there's a little bit of the facetious side of me. I mean, I can just see that, you know, all the bikie gangs and would-be terrorists and other would-be criminals are going to walk into ye old neighbourhood cop
I'm
shop
surprised we've got
and
all
hand
these
in and
guns.
say, this is my gun, but instead of blagging, the console operator at the local BP with this sawn off, thank you, officer, and balaclava, I'm now returning it, and I thank you for the amnesty, and there will be no crime from me, sir.
Chris,
I
of
am
course you're
surprised.
right. That's what would happen.
Do you all think it's a good idea that we've
okay, I
got
got
this
it wrong.
amnesty?
Sorry.
The amnesty itself, because I know we've got to wrap it up. What do you think?
I think it's good, but I agree with Chris.
Yeah.
I don't think
People handed in,
and-
the guy just got no gun.
right,
you know.
And I also heard that basically there's a permanent amnesty on that if you have a gun, you take it into the police, empty, in a bag, ring before you go, and hand the bag over. They'd have taken it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, there was no. It's just political. It's
If
just
you've got a
political.
gun and you want to use it for something, you're not going to be taking it.
It amazes me that we need to have an amnesty after we had the laws that came through many years ago.
Yeah, but there are more
Where have
guns
all
now
these
than
guns
ever
come
before.
from?
Yeah, but
with all the
that
strict
was
control,
21
where did
years
they
ago,
come
Fred.
from?
It hasn't worked.
That was 21 years
Which,
ago.
that's what I'm saying, Ted. I agree with you. It
But
obviously
hey,
didn't work.
Still better than America, folks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's exactly right. Americans
right
think,
to bear
oh, I've got
arms.
a gun, I better shoot somebody.
Oh, but it's,
Are
guns
we all out
don't
of
kill
time?
people. People
We are out of
kill
time.
people.
That's right, loons. Have you ever seen some of those
We're out of
shows?
time, people.
Where you
We're out
got
of time,
some
but that
one-tooth hillbilly. I'm going to use my gun.
That was a good impersonation. Thank you to Natalie Foster.
You're welcome.
Catch you at the RSPCA doing great things.
Yeah, RSPCA 20 for 20 campaign's happening right now, so jump onto the website.
Thank you very much. Ted Bull of Curtin FM on Saturday mornings.
Yes, with my niche audience.
Di Wilcox on all the TV stations, talking families and kids. Thank you very much. And Chris, of course, Perth Tonight, 6pr.com.au, 6pr, Monday to Friday from 8 to midnight.
Indeed. Thanks very much.
Well done. Thanks for being here. We need to take a break. Coming up after the break, we're going to talk about muscular dystrophy. 50 years they celebrate this year, doing a great job. We'll talk to them next. Well done, everybody. Welcome back to the couch here on Foxtel. Lovely to have your company. Demelza Leonard's coming up very soon to talk about music, but first we're going to talk about Muscular Dystrophy WA. We've got the CEO in the studio today. Her name is Hayley Lethley. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Hayley, 50 years is a big achievement, and we couldn't let it go by without you telling me a little bit about what, for those people who don't know, muscular dystrophy is all about, how the organisation works.
So I guess Muscular Dystrophy WA was started in 1967. It started with our founder, Prof. Byron Koukoulis, who spearheaded a group of parents who had children with muscular dystrophy, and Byron had discovered this phenomenal regeneration of muscle tissue, and the organisation started. And I guess like most not-for-profits that start as a charity, it's to fill a gap and to support families in need.
Just briefly, for those people who don't know, what are some of the effects? How can we tell if someone's got muscular dystrophy? Is there a way?
That's a really big question because muscular dystrophy as a term defines a number of conditions. So there are 70 plus different types of muscular dystrophy.
That's the point I'm trying to make, because a lot of people say, oh, if you're blind, obviously you can't see. We know that you walk with a cane or with a dog or with assistance. With muscular dystrophy, like you said, there's 70 type of things that could be going wrong with you or have an issue with. There's not one clear thing that tells you that someone's got muscular dystrophy.
And I guess that's one of the complexities as well with diagnosis, is that you also don't know, for a long time there's a time frame of not knowing what condition you have. And muscular dystrophy as a condition could be any one of the 70 types. So it's pretty complex and difficult. So when it comes to finding a cure, it's not just we're going to find one cure.
Exactly.
You know, there's a cure.
There's
a lot of things.
2017 marks your 50th year. How are we going to know that? What are you going to do?
So we've already started some of the things. So we had our birthday on the 13th of April this year, which was when we were founded. Amazing breakfast that we celebrated with a whole heap of people that have been around for the 50 years of our journey. We've obviously lost a lot of family and friends along the way, so we did reflect and recognise those people and their families. But we also have a big gala event in September, which we'll be celebrating.
What's happening on that day?
We have a function at the Pan Pacific Hotel, which is a garden gala. So we'll celebrate the start of spring and we'll celebrate our 50th anniversary.
So I'm assuming at the end of this segment we'll give out the web address for people to buy tickets, because we want them to buy the tickets. Now, MDWA helps so many people in the community. Tell us some of the programs that you run.
Right. So we have a number of different programs. I guess there's some really tangible programs. Equipment. Equipment's one of the big things that we do provide to our community. We do offer grants into research scholarships, so we're still very connected to research through our scholarships. But we do have counselling programs that we run with our families and individuals, and then we run holiday camps for kids, social outings, etc. And we run some big advocacy campaigns.
Do you know
as well.
roughly how many people suffer from muscular dystrophy in WA? How many people you cater for?
Probably around 800 people.
That's a lot.
One
of people.
in 3,500.
And this is just WA, isn't it?
That's Western Australia, yes.
Wow, if you take on a national figure, it'd be huge.
Yeah,
so there's a lot of people you look after. The community support, how can you help people in the community? How can they get involved to get some support?
The general community of Western Australia, I guess for us, the most critical thing is acceptance and inclusion. It's not a direct thing, and it affects everybody that has a point of difference, and being more accepting. You can touch base with us if you want to volunteer and become involved, or donations. We exist because of the generosity of the community.
Now tell me, MDWA has changed the way that you treat, or the world treats, muscular dystrophy and muscle diseases. How are you doing it?
I won't proclaim we're doing it, but definitely people we're associated with are doing it. Prof. Kukulis, as I mentioned previously, was discovered that muscle tissue can regenerate, and that was discovered in the humble quokka at Rottnest Island. And I suppose that technique and that discovery led them to go on a journey of engaging a whole number of scientists to look at muscle functioning and muscle tissue. And we have some phenomenal researchers in WA who are now have treatments that they're working towards.
Now, I believe MDWA was the one that originally came up with the seed funding for research, and also you've come up with a drug which delays the onset of muscular dystrophy.
That's correct. So we funded Sue Fletcher and Steve Wilton, who have discovered this drug, which is a treatment. It's definitely not a cure, it's a treatment. And we funded them for the past 20 years.
Okay, so if people want more information, how do they get it?
They go to our website at musculardystrophywa.org.au, and or they can contact us. Our details are on the website.
I know there was an important question there too. How far have we got with research? You know, have we made any amazing discoveries?
There are some amazing discoveries. A couple of professors at Harry Perkins Institute are working with some gene therapies with McArdle's disease, which is a condition, a muscular dystrophy. And then, of course, Sue and Steve, this phenomenal exon dys 51 drug, which is now a commercial drug in the US and the UK and Europe. And we're really hoping to bring that to Western Australia.
We would really love to have you back on the show. I know 5 minutes isn't a lot, but we've introduced people to this fantastic cause and what you guys are doing. Refresh again the fantastic gala event that's coming up in September.
So 2nd of September, we have our Garden Gala. It's our 50th anniversary, and we'll be celebrating big time.
And people want tickets, they go to your website?
Tickets to our website.
And do we know how much they are yet?
They are $275 a ticket.
Cheap, and you could probably get tables of 10 as well.
Yes, we can.
And there'll be raffles and music acts and
Absolutely.
a fantastic event. We'd love to get you back on the show. We'll talk more about individual topics, because I know today was more an introduction. We haven't had you on the couch before. We'd love having you on. Thank you for coming in today, Hayley.
Thank you very much
good
for
luck
having me.
with research. And if people want to donate money as well, you can do that. You don't have to wait to be asked. You can contact Muscular Dystrophy WA through their website, or give them a call at their office, and I'm sure they'd love to take your money, because it goes to fantastic research in curing people with muscle issues and diseases. Thank you very much, Hayley.
Thank you so much
Was
for
it
having me.
was it very nerve-wracking for you?
No.
No, you did beautifully. Let's have a chat to our music presenter now.
Hello.
Hello, how are you, Demelza?
I'm good. How are you?
Sitting there nice and quietly in the corner.
Yeah, you know, I've been pushed to the corner today.
Thank you, and that's where you shall stay. You're very naughty. We're talking music today. What are your topics?
We are. Well, the Killers are set to perform at the AFL Grand Final. So there's speculation that, you know, in the past we've seen a few disasters with music artists at the AFL Grand Final. Ellie Goulding had some problems last year. Meatloaf, well, that was a big disaster. So looking at the Killers, so awesome band. There's actually no dates associated with the tour around there, so it's all speculatory, but we'll find out very shortly if the Killers are going to be making their way to the MCG for that one day in September. We've also got NRL is chasing Pearl Jam.
Seriously?
So, yeah, so something a little bit different, because
Is that for the grand final?
for their grand final in October, so a little bit different, maybe trying to
Jam.
compete a little bit with the AFL, you know, AFL's
Is
got
it
Killers.
my imagination, or are they trying to get younger people?
I think they're trying to get the younger market. I think there's also a lot of heat on both sporting codes, where you look at what the Super Bowl does over in America, and whilst we're not American, we are starting to see a lot of people, especially on social media, going, well, why can't we have those acts? Why can't we have those styles of acts, those types of entertainment when it comes to, we're pulling the same numbers.
I think it's
why
wonderful
not?
that they're going for a change, and
Yeah.
it's always a positive
Mix
thing.
things up, because,
Exactly.
you know, there's only so much meatloaf that
When you
we
talk about
can
mixing
take.
it up, what about the Queen of Stone Age? What's
Queens
happening with them?
of the Stone Age.
Queens of the
So,
Stone
yes,
Age.
Queens of the Stone
These are all
Age.
bands that I can tell you. I only remember ABBA,
Well,
the
you
Beatles.
you would probably. Well, are you familiar with Nirvana?
I am.
Well, Dave Grohl, who's a member of Queens of Stone Age and
Really?
Foo Fighters, was from Nirvana,
Okay.
so there's something for you. Now, they've popped up with a very mysterious website over the last couple of days. Now, this website's got a few clues that people are starting to think are associated with a brand new album. So if you're a massive fan of Queens of the Stone Age, they're also teased that there's a brand new single coming out, which is due to drop any day now. And it's ahead of their performance at Splendour in the Grass in a couple of months' time.
Look forward to that one. And
Yes.
anyone with a name like Diddy, why do people put Diddy in their name? Sean Diddy.
He likes to pop up at the most inopportune times. But Puff Daddy, Sean Diddy Combs, however you want to call him,
Is that his real name?
Sean Combs has topped the 100 highest paid celebrities on the Forbes list.
Oh yeah,
for
look, I
this
can
year.
understand looking at that. So what's with the name Diddy? What's it supposed to stand for?
Oh, well, it's just,
Is it a
it's
cool
an
thing?
evolvement of Puff Daddy. Because remember, for so many years in the 90s when
Yeah.
he was alongside Notorious B.I.G. and part of the Bad Boy stable, well, he still is, there was Puff Daddy, and then he decided he wanted to change that, mature it, and P. Diddy came along. He tried Diddy, but there was already a UK garage artist that was named Diddy, so that's where he kind of changed it. But funny
Modified.
story on
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
just a bit of sidetrack. He tried to get the name for Puff Daddy back on
Yeah.
social media, and the person who had it tried to sell him for
Like a
$1 million.
trademark.
Yeah.
What a wonderful idea, especially him. He's got so much money, he can afford it.
Well, he earned $130 million in the last
that
12
all?
months. That's all. I'm sorry. That's
Fantastic.
all.
I'm going to have to get Kaylee for Muscular dystrophy to go after him. Even $1 million would be enough.
Well,
we wouldn't
exactly.
want the 130.
And coming in at number 2 on that list was Beyonce with $105 million. So,
only
you
a
know,
small
just a
amount of money.
casual, dropped a
Petty
couple
cash.
of twins on the way. So, yeah, exactly. So a big top 5 as well. There was J.K. Rowling at number 3, Drake at number 4, and Cristiano Ronaldo at number 5.
You know, it's amazing when you hear those names. Most of them I don't listen to, and I'm thinking, whatever happened to the old-fashioned artists? You know,
Yes.
they're all
Well,
coming back and doing comebacks to raise
They are.
money
They're
again.
doing reunion tours now.
I
'cause
noticed that.
the money's no longer in selling the records; it's in touring and performing the records. Speaking of tours, The Weeknd is heading to Australia.
Can't wait for the long weekend.
Not quite.
I'm thinking you're talking music.
I am. He is heading to Australia in December for the Starboy Legend of the Fall tour.
Now, the voice is good, just the look isn't what I expected.
It's a bit different.
Yeah, sort of
The
like
hair,
a cross
it's
between
his trademark.
Prince and a little bit of Michael
Selena
Jackson.
Gomez's boyfriend too, if you're
Lovely,
following
lovely man.
Love
Yes,
Lives
she's
of the
got
Rich
good-
and Famous. He will be touring Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne, Adelaide and Perth. And there is a special guest on the tour at this stage. It's rumoured to be French Montana, who's Khloe Kardashian's ex. He will be on there as well.
Any other gossip or anything that's just happened?
Just a bit of ABBA news for you.
About time.
They're dropping a re-release of a number of their albums, and they're
Yep.
going to be coloured vinyl records that you can purchase from Amazon.
I cannot wait. There was a rumour that they were going to reunite one more time, but I don't think
Haven't heard any news on that yet,
I don't
but the
reckon they'll ever
re-release
do
of
it.
the vinyls have
I
been
don't think they'll
announced.
ever do it. You know, the thing is, why kill it off? Once they have a concert, none of us will follow them and they'll say, oh, it's been done. Whereas this way, they keep us waiting and we're going to keep following them. And they're selling more records
Well,
now than when they were ABBA.
Well, that's
So,
exactly. That's
what have we
it.
got?
And you've got younger people sampling their
Exactly.
music now too. Let's have a look at the top 3.
Here they are, top 3. Let's start with
top
number
3, number 3. It's One Directioner, Niall Horan with Slow Hands. At number 2, I'm the One, DJ Khaled featuring Justin Bieber, Quavo, Chance the Rapper and Lil Wayne. And at number 1, the reggaeton smash hit Despacito, Louis Fonsi, Daddy Yankee and again Justin Bieber.
It's pretty sad when I have to say Justin Bieber is good because he was in the top 3. I can't believe it. He's doing really
2
well.
in the top 3.
Isn't it amazing that he's really cleaned his act up? He seems to be maturing and becoming an adult.
I think he's getting a bit older now. He realises that, well, he stopped selling heaps of records when he kind of went on that bad boy trek. So I think he's realised what he needs to do if he wants to keep being relevant.
Sounds fantastic. Look, I actually like his songs. I think I'm starting
The
to
most
warm to it.
recent ones that have come out, I actually do quite like as well, and I'm loving the Despacito.
This one here is amazing because it's got a bit of a Spanish touch to it, doesn't
Reggaeton.
it? Reggaeton. Is that what we call-
Reggaeton, yes.
Oh, I've really got to get all
That
this
is
music
the music
to
genre.
Reggaeton.
So, reggaeton.
Thank you very much. Demelza, thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having
Nothing
me.
else in news?
No, that's all
No,
for news
good
today.
to hear. Don't forget, Muscular Dystrophy WA 50 years. We want you to support them. Please go to their website or go to our website and get more information, thecouch.com.au. We'll put more details there about their gala event, but we'll have them back and talk about other topics throughout the next couple of months as well. We're going to take a break. After the break, we're going to give away 2 flights to Singapore thanks to Scoot. Stick around. Pick Up the Phone is next. Welcome back to The Couch on Foxtel. Thanks for your company. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday evening or whenever you might be watching this in repeat across the network and also on our Facebook page. Don't forget, tell all your friends. You can watch The Couch now on our Facebook page, which is thecouch.com.au. Just like many people have done who've entered our Scoot Pick Up the Phone, we've had heaps of emails. So today, one lucky person is going to be given the chance to win 2 tickets return to Singapore thanks to Scoot. Now we're calling Sophie Saunders from Iluka in WA. Sophie, we're going to dial the number. I think Jake, our sound guy, has got the number ready to dial. We're going to hit the number. She's got 5 rings. Now, within the 5 rings, she will need to answer the phone. And that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. Let's keep it going for the first time. There's 6.
Hey, it's Soph. Leave me a message and I'll give you a call back.
Sophie, you missed out. This is Fred from the Couch TV show. Sophie, we've called you for Pick Up the Phone thanks to Scoot. We were going to see if you want to win some tickets to fly Singapore, but unfortunately, because you missed out, let me see my little collection of goodies. You're actually going to get a $50 voucher to go to Injera House in Mirrabooka and enjoy a meal. Thank you very much for entering Scoot's Pick Up the Phone, but if you don't pick up the phone, you can't win, Sophie. So I'm sorry, but be in contact with us and we'll try and get that voucher too so you can go to Injera. And if you at home just knocked yourself silly because you said, if that was me, I would have had the phone open. That's exactly what you need to do. We would love you to be part of Scoot's Pick Up the Phone. All you have to do is send me an email to, here it is, the email's on the screen, scoot@thecouch.com.au. Scoot@thecouch.com.au. See, even I remembered it. You need to send your name, your address on there and your contact details, and what we will do is we will randomly pick a person every fortnight, every month. It could be you. That's right, you watching this right now. And if we call you within 5 rings and you answer the phone, you could be going to Singapore thanks to Scoot. That's how easy it is. So please get your entries in, scoot@thecouch.com.au, your name and address and your details. Send it to us now. And unlike Sophie, you might be lucky to go to Singapore. Thank you very much. And Sophie, bad luck. All right, let me welcome our next guest on Couch. It is, of course, Brendan Mersden, Talking TV. Would you have given up the opportunity? You could have gone to Singapore.
Well, I would have made sure that I was by the phone, but
yes.
Next time maybe she would have learnt her lesson.
Well, I bet you it's one of those things that she'll probably get the message and go, oh, no.
Yeah, someone would have told her.
I hope she does that. Anyway, Sophie, bad luck. But you're here today and you're talking about TV. Network 10, what's happening with them, Brendan?
Yes, unfortunately for Channel 10, they have had some bad news this past week. They've gone into voluntary administration because the shareholders, Bruce Gordon and Lachlan Murdoch, were not going to back a new deal to...
this is the bank security for Commonwealth Bank.
But now they actually have decided to merge their shares, so it's all kind of up in the air in the moment.
This happened a long time ago, and Westpac ended up taking over the original Channel 10 that went down. Then, obviously, as you know, the 5 billionaires that own it. You've got Jack Cowan, who owns Hungry Jack's. You've got James Packer, who used to own Nine, and he owns all the casinos. Lachlan Murdoch, that owns News Limited, and his dad is Rupert Murdoch, who owns 20th Century Fox, Foxtel. And then you've got Gina Reinhardt, who's the mining magnate from WA. And there is one more, Bruce Gordon, who you mentioned. So you've got 5 billionaires. Do the maths, folks. They're not broke. They've got plenty of money. So if 10's in administration, I think, Brendan, that they've done this to sell it cheap. And you know, I'm going to predict today, I'm going to tell you who I think is going to end up owning it.
themselves, yeah.
Do you know who I think is going to end up owning Channel 10? A scoop. Fred's going to tell you, folks. You can say, Fred told me.
Is it someone we've heard of?
Foxtel.
Okay.
Foxtel already owns 14% of Channel 10. Don't be surprised. 20th Century Fox is owned by Rupert Murdoch. Lachlan Murdoch already owns 8% of Channel 10. Foxtel, Lachlan Murdoch, There's your ownership.
Maybe.
And I can see that happening because Foxtel would be the best partner. Could you imagine? Like the American cable networks. Why not join together?
They already work together anyway with certain shows that are both
Well, 14% ownership of 10 already.
Yeah.
Gogglebox, the new show that you're going to talk about very soon. So don't worry, folks, except for those who've got shares like me that have gone from $4 to $1.60, now 13 cents. It's a bit of a shocker, but I hope Channel 10 pull out of it. I know they will.
It would be a shame to have our network be lost in this country. So you need,
There is rumours as well that they're going to drop all their local newsrooms and go with a national news with Sandra Sully doing 2 or 3 newses to suit the time differences. But that's going to be interesting. We'll see. It will be interesting to see what happens.
Well, an exciting thing that happened this week is that the morning show on Channel 7 turned 10 years old. So it started in 2007. It's lasted this long.
Really? I'm surprised it's lasted this long too.
Larry Emder was actually doing an interview the other day and said that he was surprised it lasted more than 6 months. He didn't expect it to be on. So he and Kylie have been hosting it that whole time.
Did I read that they thought it was going to be like a radio show originally, a radio morning show on TV, and they didn't think it would work? And it lasted, 10 years?
Yeah, because Studio 10 wasn't around. Then the morning show with Sonia and David wasn't on then. So it kind of kickstarted like the new morning show genre, which was around in the 80s and 90s and then kind of had a bit of time off. So
I must admit, I think Larry Emder and Kylie do a great job. I don't watch a lot on Channel 7, as you know, but I think congratulations to them. To last, 10 years in television, I've lasted 15, is a great achievement. Hopefully when you get to 15, you'll be like me, megastar, rich. Not. But no, it's fantastic news. Good luck to Channel 7. They've got to have a winner somewhere.
Yeah.
And, they do good TV. Channel 7 are well known for great television and great ratings.
Yeah, well, it's been a good week on the show as well because old guests have been coming back and they've been showing bloopers and celebrating it. So, anyone that liked the show should check out, their website and have all that, look at all the celebrations.
Fantastic. Australian Idol could be coming back.
Yeah, Australian Idol was last seen on air in 2009 on Channel 10, but there were rumours before all this Channel 10 stuff happened with the voluntary administration that Australian Idol may come back because they need kind of they call it, a show that spreads out over all 4 or 5 days, like I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, or MasterChef. They kind of needed something like that, and Australian Idol was the first of that, and
Correct.
It was really big.
Well, you had amazing people that came. Guy Sebastian came out of it. Shannon Knoll came out of it. So many stars. It was the forerunner to all the other shows.
Yeah.
But isn't it funny that the only place that it died was here in Australia? Because America still has it. England still has it.
Yeah, in America, theirs actually was cancelled on Fox last year after 15 years, but then ABC bought it back this year. So it was only off air for a year. So it's going to be on ABC with Katy Perry as one of the new judges as well.
Fantastic. Look, I actually got to say to you, I prefer Australian Idol to The Voice. I'm sick of the gimmick where people have to spin around and press
Australian
a buzzer.
Idol is just simple. It's just back to the kind of old days as you can possibly get. Just get up there and sing. If you're good, you're through. If you're not, you're out. It's
instant.
simple,
it happens straight away, and there's not long agony for the people that don't win. And I actually like the show. Let's just hope they have a couple of good hosts. Grant Denyer would be one I'd be putting there.
Okay.
I think he'd be fantastic to host it. And let's have a look. Channel 10. Need I say maybe Sandra Sully might be looking for a new role. Sandra Sully and
maybe
Grant
a lot
Denyer.
of people over there will be looking for new roles.
There'll be a floating host every week, a different host.
Yeah. So
fantastic. So that could be happening.
It was a rumour before all this other Channel 10 stuff happened. So who knows? It could be, they might just be trying to save the shows that they currently have on air at the moment.
And there's a new spin-off as well to Gogglebox. For those people who don't know, there's a new show.
Yeah, so the creators of Gogglebox have got a new show coming out on Foxtel this week called Common Sense. So it's like the hot topics of the week in news that people at work are going to be discussing instead of TV shows.
I love the idea.
Yeah.
There'll be different people like the families they had on Gogglebox. They'll give them all the news stories and they'll have their opinion.
Yeah, so they have someone working in a bakery discussing things, someone working in an office, so...
Do you know what? Gogglebox was a great success. People didn't expect it. Even I didn't expect the success. I love Gogglebox. I love the families more than the TV show because I think the people they've created in those shows have become stars.
I like the more genuine ones, like Malaka lady. I forgot her name.
The Greek lady.
Yeah, she's my favourite because she's just herself and she's funny.
But, and she is funny, and they don't edit anything out, which I've noticed, which is different. And no, look, I think it's going to be a great show. Shark Tank is back on Channel 10 as well next week. Offspring is back. They've also got... we were going to talk about community TV finished.
Community TV finished this week as well. It's been a kind of a long, drawn-out process of short extensions, but
look, the government decided there wasn't enough viewers on community TV to keep it going. The licences for TV have been sold off to the other TV networks. And basically, community TV is not disappearing; they're going to the web.
Yeah.
So everything, if you love your favourite shows like Sweet and Sour, if they're not on Foxtel, you'll see them on
And it's
West
kind of
TV.
like everything, really. Everything's going to the web. So it's not just community TV. It's probably,
It's
the main
cheaper.
networks will probably be on.
Look, I tend to agree.
eventually.
That's what streaming's all about, isn't
Yeah.
it? You just got to have a good streaming service. 'Cause I think I get very frustrated when you go to watch something and it's like,
And it's jumping around, yeah.
you know, no one
Buffering.
wants to see a friend go. Anyway, anything else?
I think we're going to talk about Anna and Tim from The Bachelor.
Just quickly?
They have a
Go for it.
reality show starting on Foxtel. Rumours like a Jessica and Nick Lachey styled newlywed show.
Really?
There's a rumour, but I don't know if that's actually happening. So another new Foxtel show, maybe.
Fantastic. And don't forget Wentworth. A fantastic show. If you've missed all the series, catch it on Foxtel. You can watch all the box set. Wentworth, the new prisoner. It is the best show on television. Wonderful actresses and a wonderful show. Thank you to Brendan.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
See you then. Thank you.
And that's it for this segment. We'll catch up with a bit of cooking. We'll go to the kitchen because I'm getting a little bit hungry. Armanda joins us after this. Welcome back to the couch on this Sunday night. Fresh and local isn't the name of our cook. It's Armanda de Luz, but she's making something that's fresh and making it here, so it makes it local. Welcome back.
Nice to be there.
Have you had a busy week?
Yes, very busy.
What do you do during the week, Armanda?
Well, this week we've been opening a new shop in Fremantle Market. So we have a new shop called Just Creme Brulees.
Really? And
My daughter
the
is doing a
name?
great job. Just Creme Brulees.
Creme brulee.
Yes.
Now, you make them all on site, don't you? You make them all fresh.
We make them fresh, and so we burn them in front of the customers.
What's the secret to a good creme brulee?
Patience, number one. Concentration, number two. So otherwise we'll be
Takes a
serving
long
scrambled eggs to the customers.
Now, we've got some on set here today
We
that
do,
you've
sir.
brought in, but
Yes.
you've also got a quick snack to make.
Yes,
Using
yes.
some of your sauces.
Using some of my sauces is a roasted eggplant, very chunky, which you put on beautiful crusty bread. Slice avocado over it, and that is a
Mm-hmm. Shall we
great
do
snack.
some?
Yes, we
Now,
can.
people ask all the time, these sauces that you make, are they only on the TV show or can people get it? And I say, you can get it at Fresh Provisions, and there's also an IGA that
Yes,
you can get it from.
in South Fremantle.
And how much do they cost? People want to know.
They're around $13, $14.
For a jar? That's
For a
not
jar.
bad. That's
No,
not
it's
bad.
not bad, considering they're sugar-free, flour-free, vinegar-free, so
And
it's
is it good
beautiful.
for gluten-free people?
They're all gluten-free
And do you know
and
what
vegan.
people say? Oh, $14. Oh, it's, nah. Do you know the greatest thing about your jars? That's all right. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. No, you know your things are like a ready-made meal.
Yes.
So you've done all the hard work of providing the meal already in a jar for us.
Yes.
And for those people who are on the go, have people coming over for dinner, and you want to prepare a quick meal.
And this is just opening a jar, scoop it exactly the way I'm
What's
doing.
in this one?
This is roasted eggplant. Italians will call it roast
smells
melanzane.
beautiful. Yep, melanzane.
It's delicious. Again, no sugar, flour, or vinegar. There's preservatives free. There's no MSGs.
So how come they taste so good? I know you put lots of love in there.
I call it touch of black magic.
Black magic,
That's
eh?
it, just to make them
Incredible.
extra. So this is as easy as I'm doing here.
Yep.
So
Well,
you
a
don't need to
couple of
put any
minutes.
butter.
Yep.
No butter on a bread because you really
Now,
don't
see,
want to
that's
have
the
it.
mistake we make. We put butter on everything, don't
On
we? And
everything.
mayo.
Sometimes you need it, but not this one. This is made with virgin olive oil.
Now, if you had somebody coming over for dinner, this could be like an entree, couldn't you?
This could be an entree or just a snack. It's just something to have with a glass of wine before dinner.
See, I'd skip the bread and just eat it out of the actual jar.
Normally is a good thing, but when you have guests,
Yep.
you can't just open
gotta
a jar and
share it.
says, here's a jar. So this is perfect. As you can see, if you have 4 people over and you cut this in halves, it's a beautiful snack.
Now,
so
we
that's
put a little
there.
bit of avocado as
So
well.
we just slice the avocado.
Now, Armanda, people want to know that you do, is it true you do catering?
Yes, I do catering.
Yep.
So they just got to get in touch with me.
And it's all types of catering? You can cater for weddings,
for
parties,
everything. I am an international chef.
Say I've got 20 people coming over for dinner. Can
Yep.
I book and pay you to come out and cook for me?
Yes, you can, dear.
So
yes,
you can do dinner parties, private events?
Yes,
Beautiful.
definitely.
Sounds fantastic.
In
Now,
your case, I need to have a glass of wine
I can
when
give
I
you the
come
whole
to your
bottle.
house. Oh, that's okay. I only need a glass.
You know, we always say we're going to do that, but we haven't done it because you're very
No.
busy. You're always away. And I know you're
Yes.
heading off to Alice Springs very soon.
Yes.
What's that going to be for?
That's going to be to do all the shows in the North of Territory.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll come and do the Pilbara and then home. So I'll be away for 6 to 8 weeks.
So do you know where you're going to be in Alice Springs?
Yes, I'll be the first weekend of July.
Yep.
Sorry, I gotta clean my hands.
That's all right. And where will you be?
I'll be at the Alice Springs doing the Alice Springs show.
So look out for
And
it.
I've been doing hot food,
Yep.
which is wonderful.
Fantastic.
So as you can see, this is divine.
Oh, that looks amazing.
So you can put cracked pepper or just leave it as it is.
You know, you
because-
make it look so easy, but everything
Because
you
it
do.
is.
Can I try some?
Yes, please do.
I'm going to try some. Now,
And
tell me
while-
again what it's called, the mixture, the jar.
It's the roast eggplant.
Yum.
And it's vegan. The product is vegan, gluten-free. And while you're enjoying that, so I'm going to burn some brulees because the secret is you have this first, and then you have the brulees for a good snack. And so you put a bit of sugar, not much, 1 teaspoon.
That's the most important thing about burning that crispy, sugary top.
That's it. To call it a brulee, you need to have this burnt sugar.
Have you got your hot stuff there?
I do.
Ooh, we are getting quite warm. Now,
we do.
what should it look like before you stop burning it?
Well, you don't want to burn, otherwise it will taste bitter.
Because I've had
So-
creme brulees where they look like literally
Charcoal.
Charcoal.
No, you don't want that. You want to look like me, just right. Perfect.
That black magic.
That's it. There he goes.
They
So
look
you see, this
amazing.
is perfect. So this is gorgeous, and you see, it's very quickly. You need to have the right tools, though.
Now, I know everybody at home would be saying those brulees look amazing. If I want to go and buy these here in Perth, Fremantle, you've got a new shop. What's it
Fremantle
called?
Market, yeah. Give us a call. Just go and just creme brulee, and you place your order. Or go ring Amanda. You have my number. That'll be
And
perfect.
how much are they each?
They're $7 for the public, but if we're doing catering, they're around $5 each.
That is
and
fantastic.
they're natural ingredients, and they're all WA sourced ingredients.
Beautiful.
That's the great secret.
I'm going to get Kayla, one of our camera people,
That's it.
to come and try it because I know she loves it. Would you like to
But
have
before you do,
Yep.
this is the secret. Always needs to sound like this to be a perfect brulee. Can you hear that noise?
it? Yes.
This means you've done a great job there, or I done a great job. He's
Either
just
that or
going
they've
to-
been frozen.
That's it. They're not
Kayla,
frozen.
would you like to come over? Come over here.
Come on, you love them.
Kayla's a wonderful camera person. There you go. She actually said to me today, why can't you get that woman to make some creme brulee? I said, don't be so rude. Ask her yourself. She goes,
That's
no,
it.
I don't want to be rude. So here you go.
And
creme
then I
brulee.
come and bring some.
There you go. You can say thank you to her. And I'll go over here.
It is delicious.
This is, thank you very
It
much.
is
Now, if
very
people want more information about Armanda, either catering or you can buy the sauces again from IGA. Tell us where again?
And Fresh Provisions, Mount Lawley and Beacton, IGA in South Fremantle on Hampton Road. Give us a call directly, and the brulees at Fremantle Markets.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
Now, when will you be back with us? Will you be away 2nd of July?
I'll be away, yes.
She'll be away. So we'll
You
catch
won't
her
be
at
seeing
Alice
me until
Springs
the end of the year, maybe. So mid, because I'll be back in August.
in a few weeks' time, then about a month or two away.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in today. Your sauces are amazing.
Beautiful.
How's the creme brulee?
So good.
Yeah, I know. I'm diabetic, but she got to eat right. Thank you very much, both of you, for being
Beautiful,
here today.
thank you.
Now, just before we go, I've got Mitchell Martin standing offset, and we're going to have a quick word to him. Thank you, Mitchell, for coming in today. Tell everyone about yourself, Mitchell.
Well, I'm a 20-year-old musician. I'm studying at Whopper. I'm originally from Bunbury. And yeah, music is just what I do full-time. I study full-time and then I perform on weekends. And when I'm not performing and studying, I'm writing songs and recording them, basically.
Thank you very much. The song that you're performing today at the end of the show is a new song from your new album. Tell us about that one.
So Into the Light is my new single. I've just recorded a music video for it, so that's going to be coming out soon with the single, and I'm going to be putting that over on my social media accounts and everything. And basically it's a love song that I wrote about my girlfriend. We've been dating for nearly 4 years now. And yeah, since high school, and yeah, so it's one of my favourite songs that I wrote off the album, and I'm deciding to releasing it as a single as well now.
Talking about the album, can we expect some surprises?
Well, the album, it took 3 years to write. It's called Into the Light, named after my new single that I'm going to be releasing. And it's got 12 songs on it, and yeah, it's got a big variety. It's got a lot of my looping kind of tracks in it, as well as more of my acoustic kind of bandy kind of vibe songs that I've been writing. And yeah, I'm just really happy that it's out, and you can find it all over the digital markets like iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, everywhere basically. And yeah, you can buy it at my gigs as well.
Fantastic. Talking about your gigs, where can we find you?
I've just booked a show in Perth at the Ellington Jazz Club. I'm doing my first headline show in Perth. And yeah, it's got 140 capacity, so I'm trying to sell it out. And it's going to be on Tuesday, the 25th of July. And yeah, I've got a supporting band and everything, so it's going to be a really nice big show. It's going to be cool.
Thank you. Now, if there was an app on my iPhone called Find My Performer, where can people find you on the internet?
Yeah, just go onto my Facebook page. That's where I'm most active and where I post where I'm going to be playing next and post my music videos and everything else. And you can also find all my music on YouTube.
Fantastic. Thank you for coming in today. We look forward to seeing you at the end of the show. Thank you.
Thanks, Fred.
There you go. Thank you to Armanda, as always. Give us a kiss. Have a wonderful trip to Alice Springs. And where else are you going?
Darwin and Karratha. So
Obviously.
I'm going to do the North Territory as well as the Pilbara.
There you go, police. If you're looking for someone swaying off the road, that's her. And obviously you're still running from the police.
That's it.
Thank you very much, Armanda Deleuze, for coming in today. And fantastic food. I can't wait to have some more of the avocado and your beautiful melanzane.
Melanzane.
sauce.
Roast melanzane.
We're going to leave you today with Mitchell Martin's brand new song, Into the Dark. Here it is for you.
Baby, you make me a better man. Oh, so much better than I thought I could be now. And baby, I don't think you understand. No, you don't understand what that means, no. And don't you know why this can't numb the pain? So please tell me you feel the same, or I don't know if I could love again. And tell me that you won't say you leave me again, 'cause I'll never understand how you pull me into the light. And darling, before you I was so lost, and you helped me find the way, and now I know what I wanna be. And don't you know why this can't numb the pain? So please tell me you feel the same, or I don't know if I could love again. And tell me that you won't say you leave me again, 'cause I'll never understand how you pull me into the light. And don't you know I don't think I understand. No, I don't understand how you pull me into the light.
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Porto Chicken. Fresh, not frozen. Grilled, not fried. Crown and Andrews Board Games. Fun for the whole family. And Scoot Airlines. Get out of here with Scoot.